Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cover the Spread here for Thursday, June 5th, 2025. Rolling through June, are we, man? Time's just flying on by. And here we are, Cover the Spread. If you're new, welcome aboard. Make sure you subscribe. And hey, while you're down there, give us a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And all of you that have been joining us here at Cover the Spread, hey, we're glad you're back here joining us again. As always, hey, we'll get to the cappers, see how they're doing. And then we'll get to those three picks we got going for you today on Thursday's action. And hey, guess what? The NBA finals are back here as well. So we'll have a play in the NBA for you. So we'll two MLB, one NBA, as always. Hey, let's get to the cappers. Kick it off over here with Al to get us started here today on Thursday. How are you doing, Al?
Yeah, doing good. Off to a good start so far this week. Hopefully stay hot through Wednesday and carry it on over to this Thursday pick.
Definitely right. Hey, we've been knocking out of the park. It's hopefully that the NBA comes in and doesn't throw a little wrench in our so we're excited to see the NBA action as well. Should be a good final. How you doing here on the Thursday, Ramon?
Yeah, for sure, Rod. Even an old timer like me can get pretty fired up about the NBA Finals still. And yeah, good luck also to your favorite team, the Oilers, in their hockey series this week as well. So I know you're fired up about that. So we're back to action here this week with our. We're going to lose our sports, our winter sports here soon with this week. But let's have some more great games and some winners here in the NBA on Cover the Spread.
Definitely. Let's head on to the MLB to get started here on Thursday's slate. First game we're looking at, we got the Tigers taking on the White Sox. This is Al's game, so he's going to get us started here on Thursday. What do you like, Tigers or White Sox here in this one now?
Yeah, I'm going to come out here and just go with the Tigers. I think they're the much better team here. They're playing the better baseball. Yeah, they dropped one on Tuesday, but I think with this pitching matchup, they can bounce back if they don't do that already on Wednesday. An interesting matchup in that one, but I think again this Thursday pick with looks like Mize getting the start for Detroit. You got Sean Burke going for the White Sox here. Mize putting together a great season, and he actually has some pretty good numbers against this lineup. Now, Benintendi does hit him a little bit, but other than that, he has good numbers against them, and I think he gets the job done for us. He limits the White Sox offense here and gets enough run support off Burke to get us the run line here for the Tigers. They're a little juicy, but against the right play here. If you don't want to lay any juice, you can even mess with -2.5 a little bit. But I would definitely put most of my play on the -1.5.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Tigers or White Sox on Thursday?
Yeah, Burke had a pretty good appearance late last season against Detroit. He pitched 5 innings of shutout ball and allowed just 2 hits. Did have some walks in that game and looked pretty good. And look, Mize is having a great season already so far. It seems like 6-1, 2.8 ERA so far. So I'm going to look to the first 5 here. I think these pitchers get off to a good start. Hey, good on the White Sox. They won the first game of this series. They had champagne afterwards, I think, because it was such a big deal for these guys right now. But I'm going to look for maybe this one here with the afternoon game on a Thursday. I'm going to go under here in the first 5 between Detroit and the White Sox today, Thursday.
Yeah, for me here in this one, I'm going to go under in the full game. As we can see, both these pitchers having good starts to their season. You look at the White Sox and Burke. Hey, he's been serviceable, rolling along. Pitching well, sub-3. All right, look at him rolling along for the White Sox. Just think if he was on any other club, he'd be have an even better record. And then Mize been pitching well himself. So I think both pitchers have a good start, as Ramon alluded to. And we go deep into this one, but it's a lower scoring matchup. Give me the under full game here in this one. All right, that wraps up the first game we're looking at here in the MLB. Heading on over to game number 2, we got the Cardinals in action. Cardinals at home here hosting the Kansas City Royals. This is Ramon's game. Heading over to Ramon. What do you like here in this one? Royals or Cardinals here on Thursday.
Yeah, last game of the Show Me series version 2 here this season already. They didn't wait to get all the rivalry teams together. They said, let's play it again. It's so good. St. Louis and Kansas City, both teams playing well, having good seasons, right? For the Cardinals, it's interesting, right? Where have they been the last 2 years or so? They've not Cardinal-like, right? Because we all know that they're always contenders, and for them to be kind of moseying along here, but hey, look, Cardinals are kind of punching it up here, doing pretty well. But look, for the Cardinals here and Liberatore, 3.08 ERA. He went against Kansas City just back on May 18th, 6 innings, 1 run allowed, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits. So look, he's had some good numbers too against Pasquantino, 0 for 6, Wicks 0 for 5. So I'm going to look here for the St. Louis to win this game. They're 19-9 at home right now. They're probably minus $1.20, $1.25 here in this one. Cole Ragans, very, very reasonable that he is, going to put through some innings here, but he did get a loss against the Cardinals on that same series back on May 16th. 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, and he has a 4.5 ERA right now. I think I've got the advantage here with the Cardinals, and I'm going to take them over Kansas City here on Thursday night.
And I don't know what do you like here in this one? Kansas City or St. Louis on Thursday?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one. I think they're just the better team here. This Royals offense just well, they showed up a little bit recently, but they were pretty quiet before that. And I think they got the pitching advantage here too. So I'll take the Cardinals to get the job done at home here.
Yeah, for me here in this one, I think we get a lower scoring matchup here in this one between these two teams. We've seen Liberatore already. He pitched well against this Royals squad earlier. The Royals did get the win in that one, as Ramon alluded to. I think it was 2-1 in that one earlier this one. But, hey, a lower scoring one there. So kind of agree with you guys on the Cardinals. But I like the under here, lower scoring matchup between these two squads. We know that the Royals, sometimes their offense is something to be desired. So them hitting beach ball, they got an outburst like we see in their last game there where they scored 10 with Wednesday's game still pending here as we're shooting this video. Yeah. I just expecting the Royals to keep scoring that many runs. I don't see it, and especially the way the Cardinals are playing at home. So
yeah, and they brought up Rodd. Of course, they're a talented star. Everybody's looking forward to Jack Caglianone coming up, and I did go 0 for 5 in his first game. So they're kind of probably forcing it a little bit with him. And not saying it's a hole in the lineup. I'm sure he's ready to bust out and show everybody what this young rookie's about, but probably going to be putting him in the lineup here. Maybe a little bit. Maybe he's arrived a little bit early. You know what I mean, in the majors.
And then we also see it on arrival day when he went 0-5. Somebody else by the name of Witt Jr., who's already there in Kansas City, decided to say, "Hey, young buck, I'm still here. This is my job. I'm the man in Kansas City still. I might have slowed down and was in a slump, but I'll show you this. No, I'm the man." And that's pretty much what triggered that 10-run thing. So I am curious to see what happens Wednesday's pending, but I think we still hold them down here in this one.
You got the rookie arriving early. You got Witt that's already there, as you said. And real quick, I know you guys don't like me just hopping along with Cardinal with Ramon's pick, so I'll give you a little pick of my own here on this play. I'll go with Contreras, who's already been there against Ragans, and he has 3 hits and 5 at-bats against him with 2 RBIs. He has an RBI in each of his last 3 games, so I'll take him to get us an RBI.
Nice. Hey, that wraps up the baseball slate for today. Let's head on over to the NBA Finals and the Game 1 action between the Pacers and the OKC City Thunder here. Hey, game I like here to kick us off. For me, it's this Thunder team at home. Absolutely been money all season long. And then you look, is the little bit of a break? Is that going to make a little bit of a difference here? Well, for me, it's the Pacers with their little bit of rest. They're not as good with a little bit of rest here. Off of a home win this year, 6-11 are these Pacers off of a home win. But then when you look off of rest, playing 6 games or less in 14 days in the last couple of weeks, they're a 500. It's a coin flip there for the Pacers in the first half, which is what I'm really looking at, because I think this OKC team comes out hot in this first half. And look what they have done off of days of rest. 9-2 this season when they played 4 games or less in a 10-day span. 9-2 ATS in that first half. And you know what they've done in the playoffs at home in that first half? 7-1 at home ATS wise in that first half. I know you have to lay a little bit, but I think this Thunder squad's going to come out and push the pace. I have no problem pushing the pace with the Pacers, and we might see a higher scoring one here in this one. But for me, the only way to go, I'm going to grab the OKC City Thunder, lay the 5.5, maybe 6 if this moves up a little bit in that first half. But that's my play here. Give me OKC minus the 5.5, 6. I think they probably got a 10-point lead against the locker room in game number 1 on Thursday. Head on over to Ramon to get us started. What do you like here in this one? Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Well, I hope Indiana stays in the game and makes a comeback. I don't want a blowout here in game 1 of the NBA Finals. We've waited this long, and I think it's a little bit disrespectful to offer 9 points here to the Pacers. Look, Oklahoma City, they've got the blue and white fans all perfect and everything's glorious in OKC. But come on, this is the NBA Finals. This is supposed to be the top 2 teams in the league. What is OKC? Would they be blowing out the Celtics? Would they be blowing out the Knicks? Would they be blowing out the Cavs? I think Indiana's a little bit disrespected because of their underdog status, or overall underdog status in this series, right? Everybody, they're kind of a surprise team, but they've got great talent there. And look, if they get blown out, it's probably because they've just ended up giving up on the game here. But I'm going to take them to stay in this one all the way. Give us a great finals, man. This Pacers team, nobody's going to argue that they're not a very, very good team here. And I just think 9 points, 9.5, even at some spots, too much for me, Rod. I've got to take the points in this one and kind of tell those folks that are, hey, they might be rooting for a blowout, but Indiana's 6-2 against the spread in their last 8, 6-1 against the spread, last 7 on the road. I'm on the Pacers to make a game of it in the end.
I don't know, over to Al. What do you like here in this one, Al?
Yeah, I'm I'll be rooting for the Pacers to keep it close on the full game and keep it within single digits, that's for sure. But I've been burnt a few too many times by the Thunder. And while I still think that's the play full game, I'll look at the Thunder even earlier than Rodd did. They're laying 3 points as of right now in the first quarter. I'll lay those and then root for a competitive game after that, because as Ramon was saying, blowouts are not very fun in the finals. So just rooting for a competitive finals. And I think the Pacers do have what it takes. I mean, on paper they do. Maybe not stats-wise, but I think when you look at the rosters, I think they can compete with the Thunder. But again, the Thunder has been just amazing at home. I mean, 14-2 against the spread as home favorites. Yeah, you got to respect that a little bit. Again, rooting for the Pacers full game, but my pick will be on the Thunder first quarter -3.
Hey, that wraps up the Cover the Spread here for Thursday's action. Hey, as always, let us know in the comment section below what you think of the 3 plays we got rolling here on Thursday's Cover the Spread. And as always, we'll do a quick little recap before we head on out. First game we looked at, we got the Detroit Tigers in action. This is Al's game. He says take the Tigers over the White Sox. Al, especially, laid the -1 here in this one. If you want, grab that run line as well. I believe is what he said there in that one. And then we got Ramon. Hey, he says that the St. Louis team is the player, taking them over the Royals. That's the second play. And then we looked at I looked at the first half here in this NBA Finals. I think OKC here at home in this one can cover that first half spread. That covers it for here on Thursday's games. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have yourself a wonderful Thursday. Let's make it a winning one. And as always, what are we doing here?
Cover the
Cover the spread.